sure you want to do that?
I don't know if we're supposed to be back here, to be honest, but. What did you do?
I f***ed up bad.
Okay, so the weather's really here, so we're gonna go drive some cars, but before we do that, we gotta change our scenery. Oh, that's so much better. We're at Virginia International, not Raceway. Okay, so we are finally in Lynchburg, Virginia, where we're hanging out with the Driver Motorsport guys that are way over there. We're gonna go over to the dealership. We're gonna go check out some cars. We're gonna have some food, maybe a couple margaritas, and then we're heading over to Virginia International Raceway with the boys behind the camera.
Hi. Hey.
Come on, let's go. You can always guarantee that we're gonna be picked up in style when you have to get picked up by the Driver Motorsport boys, because they may not do like the GTRs every day. They may not do the Toyota Supras every day, but let me tell you what other way would you want to get picked up than this thing, dude? Look at this. It goes so hard. Hi, guys. Let's see it. There you go. Damn. This is dope. This one's so cool. Oh my God, it's my friends, my pals. It's good to see you, man. How are you? So good to see you. What's up, bro? How are you, man? Okay, Dakota, you're first.
Dakota is. He's driving.
Supra! No way! For real?
That Supra right there.
No way! What? Are you guys sure you want to do that?
What's Jelfie driving?
He is driving the Toyota Century that you guys arrived at.
Let's go!
You're driving this son of a gun.
Oh, I'm so excited to drive this thing. I've never actually driven a 300ZX before, so I'm stoked. Imagine, like, these two cars rolling down the street are gonna be wild, and then Jel's gonna be balling out in the background. Single turbo, 1200 horsepower, slicks, E85. Do you guys know, you guys remember where you saw this car from before? SCCA. And you also have, I don't know if you guys remember this, but this car was absolutely like wicked. 1200, 1400 horsepower, depending on the tune. It had the infinity taillights, the perfect fitment with the wheels. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So I remember, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but you're flipping the livery so that it's balanced on both sides. That's a Japanese thing, right?
That's right.
So when I was at a Bisu, that's one of the things that, like, we talked about this in a podcast too, where when you're doing your car builds and even you're doing your liveries or your colorways, try to map out what the whole car is going to look like so that you don't end up doing something that's super aggro in the front and then you smooth that out in the middle, or you forget to do the livery in the back and then the car looks all unbalanced. It looks like you guys have the whole thing in mind, which is
That's
like,
right.
I made those wheels.
oh, look at that. You did make those. I don't know if we're supposed to be back here, to be honest, but hey, 280ZX. Yeah. Oh my God. We're so excited. We're just tired.
I know. It's early.
I can only imagine though for you, man. Like
Okay, so this is a 1997 Mark IV Supra, and it's my first time driving not only a Supra, but a right-hand drive car. So I'd be lying if I wasn't a little bit nervous, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice car. And what's really cool about this is, although it looks insanely modified, a lot of cosmetic stuff going on here, which is pretty crazy, from the canards, the splitter, the carbon fiber hood, to the wing over here. It's decently stock. It's probably making about 300 horsepower. It does have the 2JZ GTE engine, but it's just like bolt-ons.
my favorite type of cars will always be ones that have like racing heritage. So when I got the chance to get behind the Nissan 300ZX 2+2 with Driver Motorsport, I was hooked. Now this car is a little bit different because it's got this iconic livery style, which if you're familiar with IMSA, this is what that's replicating. Now it has a couple mods, a couple little goodies, but for the most part, I would say it's like OE+. The only thing that's really crazy about the 300ZX that I love is that this came directly after the 280ZX, the 260Z, the 240Z era, and this was a really really iconic car for Nissan. This is what cemented them against the competition, against cars like the Mark IV Supra.
I want to see what this car was like the way it came out, or slightly modified, rather than trying to drive a 1500 horsepower monster, not really getting a feel for what the car was when it came out. In addition to that, the seats, the interior, other than like a steering wheel and shift knob, is pretty stock also. So I'm excited to just get a good feel of what the Mark IV Supra was like.
So I'm really excited to see what this thing feels like. I had one of these as a poster in my car, or like not a poster in my room, and it's like exciting to actually get behind the wheel.
This is a 1997 Toyota Century, and this is my boat for the weekend. From that corner to that corner, about 30 goddamn feet, all right? And it is crazy how big this car is. But what's even crazier is how this thing came from the factory in 1997. There are about 5,000 switches throughout this car. This car is such a fun car to drive. It looks amazing, and I'm really looking forward to driving this thing.
All right, 1990, give me the frickin' year, 1991, Nissan 300ZX. Let's see if Dakota can turn the car on. He probably can't.
Okay. I'm scared. I've never driven right-hand drive. Alex is already driving. I don't know how to slide the seat forward. Oh, it's power seats? Okay. All right, all right. First time. God. Holy shit. Okay. All right. So far, so good. This is weird being on this side of the vehicle.
The right-hand drive feels very familiar to me. I'm not entirely sure if Dakota and Gels will be able to share in that sentiment. I look down to see what side the gas is on, and unfortunately, I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna put it on the passenger side, my side, driver's side.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay. All right. All right. The sounds. It sounds amazing. Okay, we're stopping at the gas station real quick, and I'm gonna use that time to fix my mirrors. All right, we're off to a terrible start. I lost my backpack with everything in it. I forgot it at driver. So we're gonna run back real quick, and hopefully it's still sitting outside.
So like all good in Dakota fashion, he left his backpack at Driver Motorsport, had to run back and get it. I can only imagine that's a really painful experience for him, seeing that he's in a Mark IV Toyota Supra. So now that I've had some time to actually drive it, let me give you my unbiased opinion on what the 300ZX is. It is like all other Nissans. The twin turbo is super cool. I love the way it feels, and watching Dakota zip up and down the road in his Supra makes me very happy. It is still a Nissan, so you still get the same amount of like plastic rattle noise that you would typically get in like a 30-year-old Nissan. It feels Nissan, iconically Nissan. I can see the 280ZX in the steering wheel, and it is loud in here. It is not a quiet car. The fact that it's got the over fenders or the wide body kit, however you want to describe it, running massive 13-inch wide wheels in the rear, you can feel it. You can feel the ass just trying its best to just not blow up, because those are some chunky ass wheels to have on the back of this car. But power band is awesome, and it sounds really good. I could always get past Nissan interiors because they're not really the best. At Nissan interior, they don't always do it unless it's like their big VIP stuff, but it feels damn good to be behind the wheel of a 1991 300ZX. And we're here, just like that. That was pretty easy. There's a ton of cars already here. It is windy as all hell. Overall, I'd give this rate, I mean, it's got a manual swap. It's a 300ZX. I give this thing like a 7 out of 10. If 7 wasn't an option, I'd probably give her a 6.5. I want to drive it fast, and it wasn't letting me do that. What did you do?
I f***ed up bad.
What did you do?
Apparently, there's only like one way to get into the trunk of this car, and it's with the key.
Where's the key?
In the trunk, which is closed, and there's no like...
The button don't work, Dan. The button, this is the only button I could think of, and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Shit. I am so sorry.
I think it's that one that has yeah, that one. And it may not be working.
How could you?
I don't.
It doesn't even have teeth. You're putting in a fucking.
That's
Why
how this
would-
one looks.
That's how.
Are you
the other-
serious?
Yeah, that's how it
They're
looks.
Japanese people.
Okay, probably the best part about my trip so far is meeting Carrie. If you guys remember, I talked about how the shift boot in my Gloria was made by Devin's mother, Carrie, who also has
A Nissan Gloria.
She's got BBS LM. She's got a cherry blossom wrap on her Gloria, which is wickedly cool. I have to say thank you so much for doing that. That means a lot. So thank you so much for helping with that. That's so cool. And it's so cool to hear you have a JDM car
Oh,
too.
yes.
So is it right-hand drive?
It is.
Well,
Yes.
thank you so much. It means so much. I appreciate it. Woo! I found her! So now it's preliminary judging time. We have to go pick out our top 8 to 10 cars at the actual JDM Auto Legends, which isn't actually that bad of a thing. I've done car shows before, judging before. I've done quite a few of them. For the most part, hold on. For the most part, it's actually not that bad. It's not that hard either. So I'm gonna bring the camera with. I'm gonna show you a couple things that I look for when I am actually judging cars. So everybody kind of looks at this a little bit differently, at least when they do their preliminary, like sorting, because you can't go through every individual car unless you have a very long car show. So you kind of start off, you do your preliminary screening, which you look at some basic things. For me personally, I look at body panels, I look at wheel fitment or like overall fitment of either a stock body or a narrow body. And then I also look at just overall modifications. So if we're looking at carbon fiber, you know, does it look like it's laid right? Does it look like it's the same weave across the board? All that sort of good stuff. So we're gonna start there and we're just gonna go down and go back and we're gonna figure out our first 10. The good news is there's a lot of really cool cars here, so it should be pretty easy.
All right, you guys, so that is a wrap for the Japan Auto Legends show. What an insane event. Like I said, this is their first year hosting something like this, and I think this is like a caliber of show that some shows have been trying to get to for many years, and they are off to a fantastic start. So we're going to head back to the hotel, grab some food, and wrap it up for the night. Again, thank you to Driver Motorsports for sending us out here, giving us some wickedly cool cars to run around in for the weekend, and of course, hosting a fantastic event. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hey!